From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils, and you can see those low-lying clouds kind of looming over us for this morning. And that's an indication of what's going on in the valleys, in particular in the Kittitas Valley, as visibility has been dropped all the way down to 2 statute miles. Also, it looks like visibility starting to be reduced in the Blue Foothills, so that's definitely something we're going to be tracking throughout this morning. And where we do see fog develop, there's going to be a good chance that it'll be in the form of freezing fog, as a lot of our temperatures this morning are hovering right around that freezing threshold, just 1 degree above that in the Blue Foothills, a little bit warmer in Hermiston and in the Tri-Cities, but right at freezing for the Hanford side and Connell, and we're a little bit below freezing up in the Kittitas Valley, right around that threshold in the Yakima Valley. So all of us certainly need to bundle up as you're headed out the front door, and it's really going to be another cold and gray day throughout this Thursday. And then we're tracking a storm system into Friday that could bring some modest mountain snow totals, but big time wind gusts. I'll tell you what some of the impacts from that could be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, fire crews investigating after a fire broke out at the Timber Apartments in Richland. Many residents are left without a home. We have the story. And progress on HMIS and the Hanford Guard Union, the lockout could potentially be ending very soon. We have that update. Plus, California wildfires showing no signs of slowing down overnight. Many homes and buildings destroyed, but it's still too early to tell the scale of destructions. We have the details just ahead on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Thursday, January 8th. Happy Thursday. We have a lot to get to this morning, so we're going to start off with developing news. Now, Hanford Mission Integration Solutions is accepting the latest proposal from the Hanford Guard Union, which could end the lockout. The union tells Apple Valley News Now that they will be voting on the contract at some time today. Now, to recap, the lockout first started 1 day before Thanksgiving. Our very own Dan Hansen has been following the story extensively, and he will be updating you on the situation today right after we get word. Now, the Richland Fire and EMS is investigating a fire that broke out at the Timber Apartments. The call for help came in around 3:30 p.m. That was yesterday afternoon, and the fire chief says crews were able to put it out quickly in about 7 minutes due to it starting at a unit at the floor level of the building. Benton County Fire District 2, Pasco, and Kennewick Fire also assisted, and we're told nobody was injured and all pets were accounted for. In crime news, the Sunnyside Police Department is reinstating the Street Crimes Unit. Now, that's according to the city's chief of police, which comes after a deadly shooting on Tuesday. Authorities say the call for help came in just before 3:30 in the afternoon at the 1600 block of North Avenue. When they got to the scene, officers say they found a woman with a gunshot wound in a car at the intersection. She was taken to the hospital, but later died from her injuries. Authorities say officers investigating at the scene were then called to a nearby home in the 400 block of Rouse Road for reports of a burglary. And according to the officers, the homeowners had captured one suspect, but that the other suspect, who was carrying a gun, was able to get away. After further investigation, authorities learned the suspected burglars were tied to the original homicide scene. Authorities then called in the Yakima Police Department and the Yakima County Sheriff's Office K-9 units and began searching the area by walking through neighborhoods and using a drone. By 10:20 p.m., police say the second male was arrested, and authorities have not yet released the names and ages of the people involved. Now, the chief of police says the Street Crimes Unit will focus on targeting and arresting gang members in the city, although they have not commented on whether this case was gang-related or if the people knew each other that were involved. Now, we reached out to Sunnyside's Chief Lehman to learn more about the unit, but he declined to comment at this time. Now, we will continue to update you as we learn more. Turning to the city of Walla Walla, it's announcing the promotion of Eric Wood as the new chief of police, or not the chief of police, excuse me, as the new chief of the Walla Walla Fire Department. Wood will officially begin his new role on February 3rd, following the retirement of the current chief, Fred John Knowles. Wood was hired in 2004 as a firefighter and a paramedic. In 2015, he became lieutenant, serving as a lieutenant on B shift until becoming the captain in 2018. He was then promoted in 2021 to be the deputy chief of emergency medical services and later moved to his current role as deputy chief of operations. Looking ahead today, our country will observe a day of mourning to honor the life and legacy of former President Jimmy Carter. Now, while this National Day of Mourning affects federal offices and departments, local schools will remain open and operate on a normal schedule. Schools will honor the late president by lowering flags to half-staff through January 28th, as directed by President Joe Biden. And according to the Kennewick School District, President Carter's dedication to public service, humanitarian efforts, and commitment to education has left a lasting impact. And because of this designation, the U.S. Postal Service will not be delivering mail today. The U.S. Supreme Court, the stock market, and government offices will also be closed. President Biden is expected to deliver a eulogy, and President-elect Donald Trump says he will attend the service. Now, the last time a National Day of Mourning was held was in December of 2018 after the death of former President George H.W. Bush. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, fire crews battling new fires overnight in California, and we're learning nearly 2,000 homes and buildings have been destroyed. We have the latest developments. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast. Keep it here. We will be right back.
Come discover our hand-picked collections at D-Lynn's Boutique. Whether you're shopping for a cozy weekend getaway or a special night out, D-Lynn's Boutique has everything you need to shine this winter. Visit us in-store or online and let us help you wrap the season in style.
Magical moments, snowy adventures, warming up, making memories, a winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
There's two kinds of people, those who wait for the storm to pass, and those who drive a Ford Bronco Sport SUV. You'll feel confident driving J.D. Power's #1 small SUV for new vehicle quality. Off the pavement, go over any type of terrain with one of the 5 standard GOAT modes. And with 4x4 capability standard on all models, almost nothing gets in your way. When you drive a Ford Bronco Sport in weather like this, you don't just get through it, you embrace it.
My name's Will Enzi. I do the dock. I put stuff out in the store too. And I've been here for about 7 years and a half now. And I went over to Pasco, a big tall guy, Robert. I got introduced to him and then he gave me the job. I like taking donations and I like talking to people. I like the people come here and yeah, this is a good place to work.
Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
Vance Heating and Air Conditioning has been keeping Yakima Valley homes safe and comfortable since 1986. We promise friendly customer service, highly trained technicians. You'll be happy. Save $50 on any heating repair. We service all makes and models. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
She was diagnosed with cancer.
I think it's just time to have a fresh start.
How did you do this in 5 days?
Extreme Makeover Home Edition, tonight on ABC.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. The National Weather Service in Pendleton has posted this wind advisory in place for the Blue Foothills of Morrow and Umatilla counties. This runs from 4 p.m. on Friday to 1 in the morning on Saturday. So we'll show you what we're thinking in terms of some of the strongest wind gusts coming up a little bit later in the show. But just know that this is in place. Now, in terms of temperatures for this morning, we are either at or below freezing up and down the Kittitas Valley, also up into the Cascades. So this is maybe where you would have to break out the ice scraper for this morning. It looks like for the most part in the Yakima Valley, all of us are above freezing except for Grandview. That is the aberration right there, is we're 2 degrees below freezing. And then in the lower Columbia Basin, some of us either at or below freezing, so also good reason to maybe break out the ice scraper. 32 for Umatilla, a lot of 31s on the map, and then 36 at the airport in Pasco. Then for the foothills of the Blue Mountains, 20s and 30s. So again, some of us might have a little bit of a frosty start. Look at these temperatures up in the Blue Mountains proper, 19 and 18 for Meacham and Ukiah, respectively. So for today, it's going to be another gray day. It's going to be another cold day. Temperatures are mostly going to stay in the 30s, and we could have periods of fog for the Kittitas Valley, also for the Blue Foothills all throughout the day. Winds will be light, and these highs just a couple degrees below average for this time of the year. Then for tonight, the calm before the storm, still calm winds, overnight lows down into the 20s and 30s. Once again, maybe some frozen fog and portions of the Kittitas Valley, also in the Blue Foothills. But into tomorrow, rain chances go up, snow chances go up for the mountains, and winds pick up across the map. I'll tell you just how strong some of those wind gusts could be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We turn now to the California wildfires. Nearly 2,000 homes and buildings have been destroyed, and nearly 400,000 homes and businesses have lost power. However, it's still too early to know the true scale of the damage. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has more.
The wildfire emergency in Southern California showing no signs of slowing overnight.
There's a new fire right there that's grown pretty quickly and is now getting closer to Runyon Canyon.
A new fire erupting in the Hollywood Hills, marching toward iconic landmarks.
Plenty of those embers are coming down on top of us.
This palm tree outside a Hollywood home catching fire, neighbors jumping into action, grabbing a ladder and hose to save that house.
The balcony was on fire and I went around the back to grab the garden hose.
Firefighters dropping water from above.
You have a whole lot of people in these cars especially coming down from the Hollywood Hills trying to get as far away from this fire as possible.
More than 130,000 people were under evacuation orders across Southern California. This map showing multiple wildfires raging across Los Angeles County, fueled by dry conditions and a rare wind event, gusts up to 100 miles per hour. The fire in Pacific Palisades, now the most destructive in Los Angeles history, leveling entire blocks, reducing grocery stores and banks to rubble. The flames tearing through highly populated and affluent neighborhoods. Mansions reduced to flaming embers. More than 2,000 homes and buildings have been damaged or destroyed from Pasadena to the Pacific Coast. The Eaton fire exploding to more than 15,000 acres in just 24 hours. Flames marching down the mountains into densely packed communities, killing at least 5 people. These images show before and after the flames consumed a neighborhood in Altadena.
This is an elementary school. The building is starting to now completely fall apart. It's being pushed by these heavy winds, and as it moves, it is turning, as you can see, day into night, pitch black down that way.
The California National Guard activating more than 600 service members in what's being called a massive response. Military police helping law enforcement and firefighters. Officials confident they can get a handle on the fires after the winds die down tomorrow.
We'll have red flag conditions probably until Friday. They're going to keep that warning up. After that, everything really starts to kick into gear and we're able to really get the upper hand.
The full scope of the damage may be unknown for days. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Now, local agencies are assisting in helping fight the California fires. The Washington State Department of Natural Resources is sending 50 task forces. That's about 250 structural engines. And according to Bend County Fire District 1, crews should be leaving at some time today. Also, the Oregon State Fire Marshal says it's mobilizing 12 strike teams. And new this morning, we're learning the Pasco Fire Station is also sending crews, and that's happening later this morning. Our reporter Riley Fitzgerald will be at the send-off, and she'll have more information later tonight. And you can catch that in our evening newscast or up on our website later today. GoFundMe is working around the clock to ensure impacted communities get the support they need, making sure the donations don't go to fake accounts. Now, to make it easier, they've created a centralized hub which houses all verified GoFundMe pages related to the wildfires. The funds will go directly to people impacted and to nonprofit organizations that are on the ground providing relief. And you can find that link up on our website. That's applevalleynewsnow.com. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, new developments regarding the release of special counsel Jack Smith's report into President-elect Donald Trump. We have what Trump's lawyers are arguing about, and that's coming up next in your political news.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
At McCurley Chevrolet, the 2024 Silverado 1500 is built to dominate every job, every road, and every adventure. With legendary strength, advanced technology, and rugged capability, the Silverado does it all. Whether you're towing, hauling, or heading off the beaten path. Right now, get huge discounts on the 2024 Silverado 1500. Power, performance, and savings like you've never seen before. Don't wait. Visit McCurley Chevrolet today and take home the truck that works as hard as you do. McCurley Dealerships, your way home. At McCurley Subaru of Yakima, your way home starts with the adventure-ready 2025 Subaru Forester with all new styling from the ground up. Built for life in Yakima and wherever the road takes you, the Forester is perfect for everything, from quick trips to the farmer's market to weekend escapes into the mountains. Its all-wheel drive and generous ground clearance tackle every twist and turn, while the spacious interior has room for family, friends, and all your gear. Save on a new Subaru Forester today at the all-new McCurley Subaru of Yakima.
Life's too short to put up with a bad bank. You have a life, places to go, people to see, and things to get done. You don't have time for banks or credit unions that don't care. You deserve better. At Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, we've served Central Washington and the Columbia Basin since 1905 with 10 branches, face-to-face service, and a 5-star app when you're on the go. So go have fun. Do what makes you happy. Life's too short to put up with anything less. Bank better with Yakima Federal.
Next live, Tim Allen from Shifting Gears, plus journalist James Longman, and
How to Thrive
in 2025. We have the latest health and wellness tips.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now. Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take a look at today's forecast. It should be a mostly dry day, although we can't rule out a brief period of freezing rain this afternoon for I-90. And then for tonight, it'll be dry this evening for lower elevations in the Blues, but another bout of freezing rain is possible for Snoqualmie Pass during the late evening and overnight hours. Now, before we show you the precip chances for tomorrow, I first wanted to touch on the wind gusts, as this is probably going to be the biggest impact from tomorrow, as some of these winds could gust upwards of 35 to 50 miles per hour. Mainly gusting out of the west and northwest, the strongest wind gusts being in the Kittitas Valley. So if we did see some downed tree limbs, some spotty power outages, tough travel for high-profile vehicles, all that is going to be on the table for tomorrow. Okay, now on to precip chances for tomorrow, as small shower chances will be possible throughout the day for the valleys and basin. We could even see a non-zero chance of freezing rain in the valleys during the morning. However, wet weather will be most likely in the foothills and mountains, especially around midday. It'll be a mix throughout the day for I-84, but I-90 will likely see a complete transition to snow around midday. And then for tomorrow night, other than a shower or two, lower elevations should be mostly dry. Snow chances will wind down for Cabbage Hill during the mid to late evening, but snow will stay pretty steady for Snoqualmie Pass throughout the night. So now let's take a look at some of these snowfall totals we're expecting for Friday. Anywhere between 1 to 4 inches for a Cascade Passes, probably less than an inch for the Battle Mountain Summit, and for Cabbage Hill, maybe a couple inches for Tollgate off of Oregon 204. In terms of liquid water from this storm system, not much for the valleys, Basin, or foothills, 1/10 to 1/4 for the Blues, and anywhere between 3/4 to an inch for the Cascades. So definitely the Cascades are going to be the big winner from this storm system. We have very small shower chances that could linger into Saturday and Sunday, but will completely dry it out into next week. And also temperatures, they go up for this weekend, but back down to more seasonal values, if not a little sub-seasonal for next week. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Sunshine and mild for Saturday if fog doesn't develop, but turning colder again next week. Then in Yakima, sunshine and mid-40s for Saturday, colder by Sunday, then back into the 30s for next week. In Ellensburg, leftover breezes for Saturday, calmer and colder for Monday and beyond. Then in Hermiston, milder with sunshine for Saturday, then colder into next week, likely another stagnant pattern in store. Then for Walla Walla, leftover showers possible Saturday and Sunday, but finally drying out completely by Monday.
Thank you, Josh. In your political headlines this morning, President-elect Donald Trump's lawyers are urging a federal court to not release special counsel Jack Smith's report. They say its purpose is to disrupt the presidential transition and undermine Trump's executive power. The Justice Department already indicated the Attorney General decided not to publish one of the 2 volumes. It's the one that deals with classified documents, and prosecutors want to keep it sealed in case they want to revive their case against Trump's co-defendants in the future. The other volume deals with the election subversion investigation, and Trump wants to keep that out of the public and also away from the House and Senate Judiciary Committee. He has suggested letting Judge Eileen Cannon decide what to make public from the report, but as of now, it's in the hands of the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, and that court could greenlight publication of the report at any time. And coming up next, the nominees for this year's Screen Actors Guild Awards have been released. Coming up in your entertainment headlines, we'll look at who's leading the nominations. Keep it here. We will be right back.
Lather, rinse. Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Culligan water softeners prevent damaging hard water buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Culligan.
Are you ready to step up and save lives? Umatilla County Fire District No. 1 is calling on firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics to join our team. Experience the thrill of the front lines, excellent pay and benefits, and great opportunities for advancement. With every emergency, you'll make a difference and become a hero in the community. Don't just work a job, embrace a mission. Umatilla County Fire District No. 1. Apply now at ucfd1.org and join our team. We're looking for heroes like you.
Theory of a Dead Man. I remember the day Unplugged. You left for Santa Monica. Friday, February 28th, 8 p.m., Legends Casino Hotel. I guess I'll sit around and medicate. I'm starting to see. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Alive on an angel. Don't miss Theory of a Dead Man. Unplugged.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Did you know that maintaining your oral hygiene not only ensures your teeth and gums are in good health, but also ensures that you are free from disease-causing bacteria?
These same bacteria are found in blood clots of people who have recently suffered heart attacks. Biomarkers from these oral bacteria can be found in up to 50% of the clots taken from these victims. Now more than ever, oral health is directly related to your overall health.
Trust the team of experts at Avanta Dental. Our friendly team is ready to help you have a brighter, healthier future.
U.S. Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro.
The first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Spread the word.
Apple Intelligence is personal, private, and oh so powerful, you dig?
And the all-new camera control will blow you away!
U.S. Cellular has the amazing new iPhone. Also, Doug ate all the office cake.
Show me the tape.
See the tape tonight at 10!
Right now at U.S. Cellular, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Seattle battles the Blue Jackets today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, the nominees for this year's Screen Actors Guild Awards are officially out.
Wicked and Shogun led with 5 nominations each for the 31st Annual SAG Awards, which honors some of the best performances in film and television.
Actors Joey King and Cooper Koch were set to announce the nominations live, but due to the ongoing wildfires in Los Angeles County, the nominations were announced by a press release.
The ceremony will stream live on Netflix on February 23rd with Kristen Bell as host. You can find a full list of nominees at SAGawards.org.
Are you going to be watching that? I know you have or love Kristen Bell. She's one of your favorites.
I have a little crush. Yeah.
I was about to say it, and I was like, I don't want to embarrass you on TV.
Yes. I'm probably not going to watch. But.
Well, more in entertainment news, the headliners for Rolling Loud California 2025 have been announced.
A$AP Rocky, Playboy Cardi, and Peso Pluma are set to perform at the festival in Inglewood's Hollywood Park. Other artists, including Quavo and Bossman D-Lo, will also perform, among many others.
And organizers have scaled back the event from last year, now 2 days instead of 3 days, and Rolling Loud California will be held March 15th and 16th.
Tickets go on sale this Friday.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, over 2,000 families that were seeking shelter from domestic violence in Yakima over the last 5 years had to be turned away. Why? Because of a lack of space. But a new shelter could be helping solve that problem. Emily Goodell has that report in the next half hour. But first, let's check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a new guarantee from AT&T. The company is promising to communicate more quickly and efficiently about service outages. AT&T also says it's going to credit customers for each day's service when the outage meets certain thresholds. Meta is expanding Facebook Marketplace to include listings from eBay. Items for sale from eBay sellers will now appear on both sites if their accounts are in good standing. eBay says it will continue to handle all product questions and transactions. Next, if you're looking for love, artificial intelligence is here to help. Introducing Aria, an AI-powered robot that just debuted in Las Vegas. There she is. She talks, she has movable limbs, and she can move around in a circle. But if Aria sets your heart aflutter, you better start saving. She's going to cost you $175,000. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Maria Annali. Have a great day.
Jen loved her Gain Hibiscus Hula Flings until Brad moved in and brought along a few new, exciting additions. And they discovered that when they mixed their scents, they were more than just soulmates. They were scentmates. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
An alternative to pills, Voltaren is a clinically proven arthritis pain relief gel which penetrates deep to target the source of pain with non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medicine directly at the source. Voltaren, the joy of movement.
We're in a limestone cave, letting extreme residue build up to put Finish Jet Dry to the test. Dishwashers are designed to use Jet Dry to defend against tough residues for a practically spotless shine.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica DeLong.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, how has it been going with the 3-degree guarantee? Have you been getting it right most of the time? All right.
I don't want to pat myself on the back too much, but
I'll do it for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. It's been now, I believe, 12, 13 days in a row. So let's go ahead and take a look at the graphic.
What's that jackpot at? Whoa!
$325. There it is. Yeah. So the 3-degree guarantee contest sponsored by friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. Yeah. Yesterday I went with the forecast high, 41 degrees in Pasco, and well, what do you know? Verified right at 41 degrees. That means that the jackpot grew to $325. And so here are the stakes for today. I'm going with a forecast high of 38 in Pasco. So if the actual high falls between 35 to 41 degrees, that means that the jackpot's going to grow to $350. But if my forecast goes bust, all $325 could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, click on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that is on your screen. All right. Now you're taking a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. You can see those low-lying clouds just kind of looming above the basin, sort of giving an indication as to what's happening in the valleys for this morning, specifically for the Kittitas Valley, where it looks like some of the fog has receded a little bit, but still the visibility is not great. The visibility also not perfect in the foothills, so we'll continue to track that throughout this morning. And some of that could be some freezing fog, as temperatures this morning are right around freezing. We're just technically 1 degree above freezing for both Pendleton and Walla Walla. We're 1 degree below freezing in Ellensburg, right around that threshold in the Yakima Valley, right at freezing in Connell, and a few degrees above that in the lower Columbia Basin. But all of us need to bundle up as you're headed out the front door. So with a heavy jacket all throughout the day, as it's going to be another cold and gray day, and I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of today's gloomy forecast, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now we're starting off this half hour in Yakima. Over the last 5 years, WYCA has had to turn away over 2,000 families that were seeking shelter from domestic violence, and this was due to a lack of space. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us there's now hope on the horizon.
They're finally breaking ground on a $17 million project to renovate the old St. Elizabeth's Nursing School into a brand new domestic violence shelter.
It seems like unbelievable that we've gotten to today for the next steps.
A new shelter with 112 beds, allowing them to serve 800 to 1,000 more families every year, tripling their current capacity and adding a separate suite for men and their children.
We often think of women and children because they are the biggest group that are being impacted. But there are also some relationships where men are the people that are being abused, and we want to make sure that there's something for everybody.
Plus, new names for the shelters.
Our current emergency shelter is now going to be referred to as Emily's Place,
in honor of Emily Harris, whose life was taken in a domestic violence homicide in 2020 in Selah. Her family has since raised more than $600,000 for the YWCA.
Emily's life was taken in vain, and, it was a total shock for us and a big devastation to our family. But to have Emily's legacy of saving women and helping women get out of domestic violence situations it's a godsend for us.
The new shelter named in honor of Rocio Martinez, who was killed in a domestic violence attack in 2021.
The board and staff decided that it was very appropriate to name this new facility Rocio's Place. Rocio lost her life basically at the front door of the building.
The building itself donated by Hogback Development, funded by community, city, county, state, and federal partners, but still about $2 million short of what's needed to get the doors open.
My biggest hope is that when a woman calls us, that we have a space for them and we welcome them and they start a new journey free of abuse.
The plan is to start working on those renovations as soon as all the funding is secured, which they're hoping will happen by this summer. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. Now, also in Yakima, the city's chief of police is asking city council to approve new funding for the department. It's an opportunity for the city to get money from the U.S. Department of Justice, which would be shared between the county and YPD. It would be used to get 2 new e-bikes and to help pay for any overtime for officers dealing with high crime areas. It's a total of $63,000, but was the resolution accepted?
Brown?
Yes.
Byers?
Yes.
Decio?
Yes.
Glenn?
Yes.
Herrera?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Berg?
Yes.
All right, the vote is 7-0. Thank you, Council, and the resolution is adopted.
The county is to get a little over $12,000, and the rest will go towards the police department. In crime news, after a week-long trial, a Benton County jury found James Christopher Forney guilty of assault of a child in the second degree, also strangulation, fourth-degree assault, among other charges. Now, back on July 10th, deputies responded to the victim's home where she lived with her 2 young children and the defendant, who is a grandparent to the children, and she reported that one of her children came to her and disclosed that his grandfather had just choked him, causing him to vomit on his shorts. The defendant could face 77 to 102 months in prison. A sentencing date has been set for January 30th. OIC of Washington is hosting its 40th annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration with a series of events leading up to MLK Day. Now this week, the Yakima School District is collecting donations for the 22nd annual Lee Padgett Food Drive, with drop boxes set up outside Davis and Eisenhower high schools. Next week, the annual MLK food distribution, radio show, basketball, and commemoration services will happen. And the theme of this year's celebrations is "Don't give up the dream, keep hope alive."
This is supposed to be the kickoff to the year and identifying what new, step we're going to take as an individual to make this a better place to live.
Then on January 20th, peace walks and celebrations will happen in both Toppenish and Yakima. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, a new health facility is helping put the city of Prosser on the map. And coming up, we have the details on how Prosser is being recognized for more than just wine. Stay with us.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Hey babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE?
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
Dad, 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks. Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular.
New year, new glow. Start 2025 with radiant, tighter skin. This January, enjoy 25% off on our most loved treatments, Photo Fabulous and Smooth Glow. Photo Fabulous revitalizes your skin with the ultimate IPL and skin resurfacing combo for a smoother, brighter complexion. Smooth Glow not only rejuvenates your skin and reduces fine lines, but it also tightens and lifts for a youthful, glowing look. Hurry! This exclusive offer is only valid through January 31st. Book your session now and make 2025 the year of glowing, confident skin.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
The savings continue with 3 big weeks of savings in Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick one up in store. Members only pricing has Gain laundry detergent for $13.99. Capri bath tissue is $9.99. Plus save on Sterilite's wheeled totes in the bonus zone. Winter stock reduction pricing means huge savings in sporting goods and electronics with our store-wide TV blowout. Not a member? Get your $5 lifetime membership today. Save more with New Year's savings only at Bi-Mart.
Vance Heating and Air Conditioning has been keeping Yakima Valley homes safe and comfortable since 1986. We promise friendly customer service, highly trained technicians. You'll be happy. Save $50 on any heating repair. We service all makes and models. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
U.S. Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro.
The first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Spread the word.
And don't forget camera control. It'll blow you away.
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
This morning, this will be deliciously good.
Good morning, America!
Only on GMA.
Jamie Oliver, the one and only, baby. Jamie Oliver is back.
And he's cooking things up for you, live on
Good Morning America. It's gonna be the best thing ever.
Season 2 of Only Murders in the Building is now on ABC.
Still. still.
This is humiliating.
Only Murders in the Building, Season 2, tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and show you the ski report brought to you by Schweitzer Village. And we'll go ahead and start off at Schweitzer proper, as we have 1 inch of new snow over the past 24 hours. The base depth, it was up to 69 inches. It's dwindled down a little bit, down to 67 inches. Now we'll take it down to Ski Bluewood, as there have been 2 inches of new snow over the past 24 hours. The base depth now up to 44 inches. And then for White Pass, kind of the same thing as what we saw with Schweitzer, except the base depth even lower now. It was close to 70 at the beginning of this week. Now it's around 60 inches, but that could grow with some snowfall in the total over in the forecast over the next 24 to 36 hours. Okay, so more like 36 to 48 hours, but okay, let's go ahead and show you today's forecast in Kittitas County. We'll be in the mid-30s. It's going to be cold, it's going to be gray, and that fog layer setting up around 2,000 to 3,500 feet, so we could have fog throughout the day in Ellensburg. In the Yakima Valley, also cold and gray. You're going to hear me say that a lot throughout this graphic, but yep, a cold and gray day for today in the Yakima Valley. It's going to be the same thing in the lower Columbia Basin. Maybe some of us could eke out a 40-degree high, but that would be a really tough ask, because I think most of us are going to be in the mid to upper 30s. Really the same thing in the Blue Foothills, with some foggy conditions also in those elevations between 1,500 to 3,500 feet. But everything changes into tomorrow. We're talking rain and snow, big time wind gusts. I'll tell you just how strong some of those could be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In health news, when you think of Prosser, you may think of wine country, but a new health facility, the first of its kind, is bringing more recognition to the community. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen has the details.
I tell you what, it feels great. You can just feel the excitement in the air here.
Prosser Memorial Health has been around for more than 77 years, all in the same building. Now, this beautiful new facility is about to bring them into a new era.
Prosser Memorial Health began serving the Prosser area and rural communities back in the late 1940s, with the 25-bed critical access hospital dedicated to the memory and service of World War II veterans. In 2017, PMH bought 33 acres of land and began designing a new hospital. But PMH's CEO, Craig Marks, says this is all about dreaming big.
It is the first all-electric hospital in the United States to open up. There are some others that are being worked on, but we're very conscious about resources and fossil fuel usage and things like that. And so this affords us the ability to be all-electric, and quite frankly, electricity is very economical here in the state of Washington.
Mark says the Prosser community is seeing double-digit growth within the last 6 years, and the needs of the community are changing. The hospital is 33% bigger, with room for expansion in the future, which means it can keep growing with the community.
Our goal is we have 33 acres here, and we will be building additional buildings in time as we have the resources.
Walking around inside the new facility, it's easy to see why PMH is excited, and the design is impressive. Bigger rooms for patients, a brand new MRI machine, and a state-of-the-art operating room. Kurt Brockelman, the founder of BC Design Group and lead architect of this hospital, says his team is focused on not only comfort for the patients, but also the family members when they need it most.
This building is one of the most hospitality-driven designed healthcare facilities that we've ever been fortunate enough to be a part of. It does not feel like an institution, and that's intentional at every turn, at every step, at every decision that we made. And we had a client who embraced that vision.
Just as important, the outside of the building and its grounds, meant to be woven into the fabric of the Prosser community.
One of the biggest things that we felt was important was making sure the building stood in with the community, not out from it. So the slope roofs are emulating the hills, right? The colors of all of the materials on the outside, from the stone that is representative of the basalt to the ephes colors that are in tune with the hills during the dry season, so to speak.
Opening day for any team is full of anticipation. And for Marks and his team, it's one full of hope and how they can care for each and every one of their patients.
If you had to narrow it down, what are you most excited about at this new hospital?
That's a tough one. Let me think about that for a second. I think I'm most excited for how hard our employees have worked to provide the very best care throughout the valley. And this is an opportunity to thank them and give them better space to care for our patients.
On Saturday, February 1st, the new Prosser Memorial Health is expected to be online beginning at 8 a.m. Reporting in Prosser, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, if you take the Blue Bridge to and from work, you're going to want to stay tuned for our morning sprint. Delays are expected this morning, and we have the exact time just ahead. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your full weather forecast. Keep it right here.
Step into the Prosser House, where great food meets comfortable atmosphere. We invite you to relax in our cozy space. From classic dishes to chef-inspired creations, and now we're raising the bar, literally. With our newly renovated bar, we're serving up crafted cocktails, your favorite local brews, and award-winning wines. Plus, we're proud to announce that the Prosser House is your restaurant showdown champion. Special night out or just a break from cooking, experience the award-winning difference at the Prosser House.
There's two kinds of people. Those who wait for the storm to pass, and those who drive a Ford Bronco Sport SUV. You'll feel confident driving J.D. Power's #1 small SUV for new vehicle quality. Off the pavement, go over any type of terrain with one of the 5 standard GOAT modes. And with 4x4 capability standard on all models, almost nothing gets in your way. When you drive a Ford Bronco Sport in weather like this, you don't just get through it, you embrace it.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
2025 is your year to start a new business, and the City of Pasco is here to help. We have newly updated commercial kitchen space and vendor windows available at the Pasco Specialty Kitchen downtown. Mobile food vendors, we've made it faster and easier than ever to get permits and connect with customers, thanks to new citywide regulations for food trucks and hand carts. Visit pasco-wa.gov for more information and join the thriving Pasco community. Naturally transformative.
So what do you think about these? We like this.
Yeah, we love it.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
We're going to take everything down to the
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs.
Honey, you were right. Turned out.
Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com to learn more about no interest, no payments for 12 months.
The Kraken are looking to get back in the race for the Pacific Division. Maybe a matchup in the Buckeye State could get them back on track. Kraken, Blue Jackets. Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now. Stacy Lee, KapKView First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and get into today's forecast. It should be a mostly dry day, although we can't rule out a brief period of freezing rain this afternoon for Interstate 90. And then for tonight, it'll also be dry for this evening for lower elevations in the Blues, but another bout of freezing rain is possible for Snoqualmie Pass during the late evening and overnight hours. Now I want to talk about one of the biggest variables in tomorrow's forecast. That would be the winds. As from 10 in the morning to 10 p.m., they could peak. The wind gusts could peak between 35 to 50 miles per hour. Some of the strongest wind gusts coming out of the north and west for the Kittitas Valley. So spotty power outages, down tree limbs, and also difficult travel for high-profile vehicles all on the table for tomorrow because of said wind gusts. Now on to the precip chances for tomorrow. Small shower chances will be possible throughout the day for the valleys and basin. We could even see a non-zero chance of freezing rain in the valleys during the morning. However, wet weather will be most likely in the foothills and mountains, especially around midday. It'll be mixed throughout the day for I-84, but I-90 will likely see a complete transition to snow around midday. And then for tomorrow night, other than a shower or two, lower elevations should be mostly dry. Snow chances will wind down for Cabbage Hill during the mid to late evening, but snow will stay pretty steady for Snoqualmie Pass throughout the night. Now on to some of these snowfall totals. We're expecting for Friday anywhere between 1 to 4 inches for a Cascade Passes, probably less than an inch for the Battle Mountain Summit and Cabbage Hill, and 1 to 2 inches maybe for Oregon 204 at Tollgate. So definitely not the most impressive snowfall totals we've seen thus far this winter season. In terms of liquid water for the storm system, less than 1/10 of an inch for the valleys, basin, and foothills, 1/10 to 1/4 for the Blues, 3/4 to an inch up in the Cascades. We have some small shower chances that could linger for Saturday and Sunday, but it's going to be a mostly dry weekend, then completely dry into the beginning of next week. Temperatures go up this weekend, then back down, and even a little bit sub-seasonal for next week. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Sunshine and mild for Saturday if the fog doesn't develop. That's a big if, but turning colder again next week. Then in Yakima, sun and mid-40s for Saturday, colder by Sunday, then back into the 30s for next week. In Ellensburg, leftover breezes for Saturday, calmer and colder for Monday and beyond. Then in Hermiston, milder with sunshine for Saturday, then colder in the next week. Likely another stagnant pattern is in store. Then for Walla Walla, leftover showers possible Saturday and Sunday, but finally drying out completely by Monday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:50. It's time for your morning sprint. We're going to start off with the top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. Hanford Mission Integration Solutions is accepting the latest proposal from the Hanford Guard Union, which could end the lockout. The union tells us they will be voting on the contract today, and the lockout first started one day before Thanksgiving. We will update you as soon as we learn more. Richland Fire and EMS is investigating a fire that broke out at the Timber Apartments in Richland. The call for help came in around 3:30 p.m. yesterday, and the fire chief says crews were able to put it out quickly in about 7 minutes due to it starting at a unit at the floor level of the building. Nobody was injured, and all pets were accounted for. Local agencies are being sent to help fight the wildfires raging in California. Benton County Fire District 1 crews will be leaving to assist today, and GoFundMe created a centralized hub, and the Pasco Fire Station is sending crews later this morning. Our Riley Fitzgerald will be there at the send-off, and she'll bring us an update, which you can catch tonight in our evening newscast. Also, heads up, if you use the Blue Bridge on US 395, it will be down to 1 lane in the southbound lanes starting at 8 this morning. It'll open back up around 3 p.m. and WashDOT says this is for more repairs, which is part of the repainting and repair project that started back in 2023. And today our nation will observe a day of mourning in honor of the life and legacy of former President Jimmy Carter. Now, because of this, federal offices and departments will be closed, which means USPS will not be delivering mail. President Biden is expected to deliver a eulogy, and President-elect Donald Trump says he will attend the service. Local schools will stay open, with flags being ordered to half staff from today through January 28th. Now to your national headlines. The wildfires in California show no signs of slowing overnight. According to data from CAL FIRE, the Palisades Fire, currently the largest of the 4 wildfires, is the most destructive to ever occur there. Nearly 2,000 homes and buildings have been destroyed, and nearly 400,000 homes and businesses have lost power. It's still too early to know the true scale of the damage, but at least 5 people have died, with many injuries being reported. Now, GoFundMe created a centralized hub of verified accounts of people who need help, and if you would like to donate, you can visit our website. A rare and powerful winter storm is moving across the south, one that could be one of the worst southern snowstorms in years. Forecasters think it will span from parts of New Mexico to the Carolinas by Saturday, with some impact on states just north of that. Today, the Southern Plains region is the epicenter of the storm, and Texas officials say the state's power supply should be adequate. The system is forecasted to move into the southeast tomorrow, but experts say the eastern 2/3 of the country is facing the coldest temperatures of the season. In business news, the former CEO of the company that ran the movie ticket subscription service MoviePass has pleaded guilty to security fraud and conspiracy. Theodore Farnsworth is accused of making false and misleading claims to inflate the company's stock price in an effort to attract new visitor investors. MoviePass quickly became popular after it burst on the scene in 2017, but the company shut down just 2 years after it opened. He faces up to 25 years in prison. Delta Airlines is turning to artificial intelligence to try and make flying easier. It's a tool called Delta Concierge located within the airline's app. It launches this year and it will guide travelers where they can drop off their luggage as well as the location of their gates. It can also notify customers about possible visa requirements and if their passport is set to expire. Delta says in the coming years, it will even alert travelers about the weather conditions at their destinations so they know what to pack. In your health headlines, the U.S. government has expanded milk testing to better track the spread of bird flu. 15 states have been added, bringing the total to 28 states, which accounts for a majority of the nation's milk production. Bird flu has been spreading in dairy cattle since March. Infectious disease experts have called for expanded testing since the start of the outbreak. It's already been detected in California and Texas. And time is running out to sign up for individual health and dental insurance that's set to start February 1st. You have until January 15th, and you can visit Washington Health Plan Finder to find and compare plans. Premium tax credits are secure through 2025, but require congressional action at the federal level in order to continue beyond the end of next year. Now, in Washington state, these tax credits are helping reduce costs for more than 70% of Washington Health Plan Finder customers. Trending this morning, an Australian zoo has found its biggest ever funnel web spider, and its name is Hemsworth.
Wow, a new brother. Well, the spider has been handed into a reptile park in Australia where staff said it was the largest of its kind they'd ever seen.
This is not things I want to hear. So it's a fitting name. It's named after Chris and Liam Hemsworth, who are some of the most popular Australian actors in Hollywood.
I'd love to see like a Kidman spider or something. But the spider is about 3.6 inches from foot to foot. Oh my goodness. It surpasses the record set by the park's previous biggest, Hercules, who was 3.1 inches. And according to the Australian Museum, the average length of a funnel web spider's body is 1 to 5 centimeters, with males typically being a little bit smaller than the females.
And funnel web spiders are known for their deadly, fast-acting venom. So Hemsworth's fangs will now be milked to extract venom, which will be turned into a life-saving anti-venom.
Only males are milked as they are about 6 times more venomous than females. Before the anti-venom was introduced in 1981, 13 people died as a result from the bites.
But since its introduction, there have been no deaths, and the funnel web's most dangerous species lives around the Sydney area. So never going, out. I want to go to Australia, but I'm never going to explore that area.
Never going to go to the
I don't want to see spiders.
Australia is...
it looks beautiful.
I grew up kind of like in a swampy area where there were like mosquitoes and bugs and snakes and all that.
So you're used to this?
No, what I'm trying to say is I think that doesn't hold a candle to Australia. I think the outback is crazy
that's a no for me. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we have more details on the apartment fire in Richland, one that left some residents without a home. And coming up at 6, we have what's being done to help these people.
And it's a little foggy and cold out there, so no surprise. But we have big time changes coming to our forecast for tomorrow. We'll tell you what all that's about coming up at 6.